Tell me, we're going to start with an image that basically all of us in Paris have seen by now, a very provocative, if you like, art installation. Was it a Christmas tree? Was it not? It's made headlines across the world, and I imagine on the web, James.
I see you're refusing to actually say what people... You're leaving that to me. Anyway, Paris's tree art installation provokes uproar, says the Wall Street Journal. And this was for the Paris, the Contemporary Art Fair. And so this rather large Christmas tree, which, you know, in contemporary form was put up. And the guy behind it, a US artist, Paul McCarthy, was beaten up over the fact that it bore a similarity to a sex toy, right? What actually happened was it went up on Thursday and a man, an assailant, accosted him, allegedly screaming that his sculpture did not belong on the Place Vendôme, which is where the Ritz Hotel is located in Paris, for example, before hitting him in the face 3 times, and apparently additionally was upset by the fact that McCarthy is not French. So it was a violent incident.
I hadn't read that he got beaten up. I just thought they deflated it.
Well, that's what happened sometime afterwards. So there were a number of different chapters to this story. Then it was unplugged or deflated, or whatever verb you choose to use. That's Libération, the French left-wing daily, going with that particular verb. And then it was withdrawn because on Sunday they decided not to blow it back up again, or you know, to even go there. So the vernissage was meant to be this evening, and Paul McCarthy is said to be deflated this evening at that particular vernissage.
Well, he might take some comfort in the fact that the French President François Hollande said he stands by his side of that
interesting.
artist. Indeed. Now, staying, James, with art installations, 2 giant robots, a spider and a huge dragon, faced off in battle in Beijing, a French made apparently.
That's right, and this is you've got Ouest France and 20 Minutes and various other French newspapers talking about this. A Nantes-based factory by the name of La Machine, or The Machine, is behind the manufacture of this of 2 giant robots, and this is to celebrate the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between France and China. Let's take a look at these robots in action, because they actually faced off with each other in Beijing around the Bird's Nest Olympic Stadium. Let's roll those pictures, because it is quite impressive. You have this huge 50-foot long spider called La Princesse, and also a dragon or horse called Long Ma. I'm not sure if we have the images. Can we roll the pictures? Yes, here we go. You can see that rather large dragon and facing off with the spider. In any case, impressive stuff. And it just goes to prove that you don't have to be a slightly mad, provocative artist like Paul McCarthy to come up with crazy designs for sculptures, moving or otherwise. And that was state-sponsored this time.
Certainly impressive. The dragon kind of looks like a horse with a dragon's head, though. No, sorry.
Well, maybe you should have a word with François de la Roisière, who designed it.
I know, it's still completely impressive. Oh, I'm not knocking.
Horsey dragon.
So moving there, we just saw that very impressive robotic spider.
Yes.
A slightly scarier one turned up in somebody's messages.
That's right. This
or
was somebody,
groceries, as somebody who isn't Irish would say.
That's exactly it. Doing their shopping at Waitrose in London, and it was the groceries were delivered, and on as a guy called Tim, a London resident, was unpacking the bananas, he spotted this spider, which is a Brazilian wandering spider. They're one of the most dangerous varieties of spider in the world. And in shock, he dropped the bunch into a fruit bowl, trapping the beast by one of its legs. But the spider then ate its leg, or bit its leg off, escaped, and the RSPCA wouldn't respond, the police wouldn't respond. So Waitrose had to send a pest expert who managed to do away with all the eggs, because apparently there were loads of eggs as well. So the spider eggs went into the freezer, which apparently that was the end of that. And the spider was bagged. And the Daily Mail has helpfully even given this video here, which shows that the spider indeed dances and stands up on 2 of its legs and shows its fangs if it feels threatened. So a rather unfriendly individual. And kind of hilariously, there was a debate then in the British press today where an Australian expert on spiders said that it's completely ridiculous to say that the Brazilian wandering spider is the most deadly, that in fact it's the Australian funnel web spider who can kill you in 15 minutes. So sort of, what would you say, spider pride coming out of this Australian experts' analyses.
All that's coming out of me is the shivers, even just talking about it. I don't know what I'd have done if that had been my bag.
Can I finish with one detail? Monica Lewinsky has joined Twitter today. I thought that this was important for France 24 viewers to know.
Are you following her, James?
Not yet. She has only tweeted one thing, #HereWeGo, and she has 30,000 followers, which I think is completely disgraceful. But anyway,
Okay.
Follow France 24 journalists instead.
James Creedon there with tonight's Media Watch. Thank you indeed for that. Well, we're going to have to take a quick break now. We're back with more updates from around the world in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Encore.
The biggest collection of Picasso's work is once again back on show in his adopted home of France. The museum in Paris, dedicated to the most famous artist of the 20th century, is reopening after 5 years of renovations. Join us along with the artist's grandson as we rediscover his works and visit the Parisian haunts he frequented with the woman he loved, his family, and his artist's friends.
Encore en France 24 and France24.com.